Well, both of these charges are used to describe impaired driving offenses within the state of Colorado. The difference is that DUI charges carry a much higher penalty than DWAI charges. DUI stands for driving under the influence, and if a police officer has charged you with that crime, what they're alleging is that you were driving a motor vehicle within the state of Colorado, while your ability to do so was substantially impaired by the consumption of alcohol, drugs, or some combination of the two. DWAI stands for driving while ability impaired, and if an officer has charged you with that crime, what they're alleging is that you were driving a motor vehicle in Colorado while your ability to do so was impaired even to the slightest degree by alcohol, drugs, or both. Now, if you are convicted of the charge of DUI, you can face penalties of up to a year in the county jail for a first offense and a fine of up to $1,000. There's also a separate hearing that goes to the Department of Motor Vehicles concerning your driving privileges within the state, and if that hearing is founded, then you are assessed a 12-point penalty against your driver's license, which automatically revokes your privileges to drive within the state of Colorado. Now, the penalties for a DWAI are less than that for DUI, and they carry a jail penalty of up to 180 days in the county jail for a first offense, a fine of up to $500, and it is an 8-point ticket with the Department of Motor Vehicles should that hearing be founded, and that is not by itself sufficient grounds to revoke your driving privileges within the state. Now, the standard concerning what constitutes a DUI versus a DWAI varies depending on the impairing substance that we're talking about. Concerning alcohol, the standard for a DUI is a blood alcohol content of 0.08 or greater at the time of driving. For DWAI, the alcohol standard is a blood alcohol content of 0.05 up to 0.079 at the time of driving. As far as marijuana goes, the standard is more flexible. However, there is a permissible inference that you were driving under the influence of THC if the amount of delta 9 THC, which is the active component in THC, in your bloodstream at the time of driving was 5 nanograms or greater. Now, both of these charges share the same definition of driving, although it's not what you think. The definition of driving for impaired driving offenses in Colorado is that you had actual physical control of the motor vehicle at the time that police have accused you of operating it. Now, that's different than what we typically think of when we think of driving, which most of us would define as operating motor vehicle while in motion. Instead, it just means that you could put the vehicle in motion with relatively little effort. And this standard has been used to convict individuals who were sleeping in their car or with a dead battery of driving the motor vehicle under both DUI and DWAI. Now, both of these charges can be used to enhance a fourth offense to a felony if the charge is for either DUI or DWAI. And in Colorado, a felony DUI or DWAI charge is a Class 4 felony, which carries a possible penalty of up to 6 years in the Department of Corrections upon conviction.